Well, hello boys and girls, welcome to the Rusty Scale Show. My last build was this vintage Hasegawa M4 A1 half-track kit in 1/72 scale. This kit is really old, it's from 1973. It got reboxed in 1991, that's the box I have, but the original kit goes back to 73. So once more, that is a kit which is older than me. We had this a while ago, I remember the Dornier was also a kit which was older than me, and this is another one. So it was my first vehicle build and I just wanted to get it over the finish line safely, okay? I didn't want to spend too much time, it was my last build of the year, and it's just a simple, small, easy kit. But nevertheless, I wanted to have some weathering on it. I didn't want it to be like very detailed weathered and spend much time with it. But I still wanted to have a nice, you know, like a nice round atmosphere of a weathered model around it. So I thought like, maybe I could avoid all the 30 plus steps of weathering and spend the next 30 days weathering this model. So I thought, wouldn't it be possible to do it in 5 steps? 5 simple steps to create a nice overall weathering. And that's what I did. So this ain't a real tutorial or something. This is just a way to show that how can you have a weathering with great effect, but not use too much time and no big skill set needed for this. I mean, look, I did it, okay? So you can do it as well. And of course, I wanted to share it with you guys. So here is my easy weathering in 5 simple steps. No cap, W's in the chat, let's go. Step 1, dry brush chippings. Now I used Amomix Dio dry brush paint for this. You don't have to use a fancy dry brush product. You can use any other type of paint. Just the mantra here is the thicker the better. Just moisten the brush in the paint, get rid of most of it on a paper towel, and then just start dry brushing over all the edges. I used chipping color first, and now as a second step I use gunmetal. Do the same and try not to overpaint everything I did in the first layer. It's a very fast and beautiful technique, and it immediately gives your model some kind of a metal look. It looks like it's made out of steel. So this is step 1. Easy to do and very effective. Step 2, enamel washes. Now step 2, for step 2 I used Amomix PLW Deep Brown Enamel Wash. You can use any other type of wash, acrylic washes, oil washes, or even create your own wash by using pigments and mix it with water or thinner. Now I like to use enamel washes because they give you more time, they take more time to dry. After applying them, let it dry for a moment and then get away of the excess by using a cotton bud. Step 3, Oilbrushers. I did use the Oilbrusher product because I think it's a very fast product to use, and you can switch between the colors very fast. But of course you can use any other oil paints, traditional oil paints. So here I'm doing a oil dot filter. I'm applying dots on the surface with different colors. Now I had some kind of a pattern in my head. I'm not just doing these dots randomly, but I used different colors and placed the dot exactly in the spot I think it was needed. Now for the inner parts I used dark brown mostly, and 1 or 2 touches of ochre in the end. Just be careful with those bright colors. The longest part with using oil brushes is you have to wait until the oil paint has kind of dried. Don't let it dry completely, of course. You see it here now in the state that I thought it was like kind of dry or dry enough to use. Then it's time to do the actual job, means to fade it. I used Armour Mix odorless enamel thinner. You can use another thinner, just take your go-to thinner. Use a flat brush and fade the oil color into the surface. Of course, unload the oil paint on your brush from time to time on a paper towel, actually quite regularly. And then dip your brush again into the thinner. Clean it a bit, you see. Don't let all the thinner on your brush. And fade as much as you want. Don't fade too much from the beginning. In the first section, you will already remove everything. So just moisten your brush, make sure it's only moistened with thinner, and then carefully, peacefully, just start fading. Step 4. Acrylic splashes. Now, I used acrylic paints. You can use any other type of paint. Just make sure it's not too thick. Now, here it's the contrary of the dry brush technique. You have to make sure that, you know, the paint is kind of liquid. It has to be liquid enough so that you can do nice splashes. Maybe you first want to try it on a paper towel, because the important thing here is not to overdo it, all right? Start easy.
Schön Parfüm und sie sind blau.
Blau sind sie auch noch geworden?
Ja.
Wie ist denn das passiert?
Schön Parfüm hat gesagt, wir sind gesehen, wir haben sich für die neue. Ach, würde das blöde Fußball.
Nicht anlängen, Schatz. Weißt du, habe ich gerade angemalt. Da musst du das nicht anlängen.
Aber
Die kommen dann hier hin. Eins grössere, glaube ich. Das grössere kommt hier und das kleinere hier. Und das grössere hinten. Und ich muss dann schauen. Und die grossen, die da, die kommen da vorne.
Wirklich?
Ja, ich glaube schon.
Ich glaube, der kleine gehört da vorne.
Ah, sicher?
Ja.
Meinst du, ist es falsch in der Anleitung? Ja, siehst, sogar du weißt es schon. Never trust the instructions.
Step number 5. Pigments. Now, what is very important that between step number 4 and step number 5, I applied a flat coat, okay? Before, the model had a nice gloss coat to apply all the effects I applied before. But now I covered everything and saved it, kind of saved it, with a flat coat. Because the pigments, they need a flat surface, otherwise they won't stick to the surface. I used different colors of Vallejos and Revel pigments. With a round, small to medium sized brush, I dry brush the pigments into all the corners and all the places that I want the desired color to be. And after that, I use a medium sized flat brush to get rid of the pigments excess, all the pigments left which are not sticking to the surface. And also with the flat brush, you know, those pigments which are sticking to the surface, you kind of rub them in even a bit more and make them stick there and look kind of natural. So this is the 5th and last step of the easy weathering in 5 simple steps. We will have a look at the finished build in a small montage just right now. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you can try to also do easy weathering in 5 simple steps. I didn't overdo it here. I didn't want to, splash on too much mud on this vehicle. I could have, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to make a quick weathering, which looks nice, but does not take too much time. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next video. Bye bye, guys.